Hello guys, welcome to this live stream. I'm flying a Bf110G-2 on Tactical Air War, TAW for short. This thing, I selected it because it carries a pretty decent payload, the best one I could find, in combination with the best speed that I could find. I've got 200 litres of fuel for each engine, so I'm carrying 400 litres of fuel. That's about 350 kilograms of fuel. I'm carrying a 1,000 kilogram bomb and a 250 kilogram bomb. So in total 1250 kilos. I'm going to drop it on one strong point, which I'm flying to right now. You have alternatives. You have a Bf110E2. It doesn't really carry the same kind of bomb load. It does, but it doesn't. This one seems to be the best of the two for bombing. It can carry two 500s and four 50s, which is the same thing really, I guess. I don't know, this one seems neater. Just have the 1,000 kilogram, which will leave a huge shockwave and a huge splash damage, which the combination of those two 500s won't do. I find if you really want to wreck and destroy everything, you need a big splash damage, a big shockwave, and you'll get that, you'll definitely achieve it with a 1,000 kilogram. I could also fly the Ju-87, but it carries the same load as this, and it's incredibly slow. I could also fly the Ju-88, that's a contender. It's a bit bigger and heavier. It's probably not quite as fast, but it carries up to 3,000 kilograms, and this one's carrying up to currently 1,250 kilograms. So Ju-88 is a bit slower. Once it gets up to speed, it sort of hums along, but it can carry 3 times as much almost as what this one's carrying. Since I've got to actually find the target, I haven't been there before. I want something a bit more nimble that I can just sort of cruise around a bit and potentially fight my way out of there if I need to. Hence this aircraft. So a lot of thought's gone into selecting this plane. Around about 60% of the journey has been completed. So just a little bit over halfway there, I think. That's my impression. That looks like the target zone there. I think I can see the strong point already. I'm going to drop both at once. G'day Frag, welcome. What I figured out yesterday, there was very little action flying fighters. So I decided every time I go out on Tactical Air War, even if it's busy or if it's not busy in terms of player numbers, I'm always going to go as a Jaeger, what do you call them, a Yabo, like a fighter bomber. And I think along the way, as soon as you get involved in ground attack, you're going to, like moths to a flame, you're going to get a lot of fighters coming after you. So if you want combat, that's the way to do it. That's where I'm headed. I can see the position that I'm going to hit. It's right there. I'm a little bit low. I'm going to focus on climbing now. What is my altitude? Where is my altimeter? It's tucked away in some spot. Is it 2,000 meters? Speedo right behind the control column. So hopefully I'll pretty well completely destroy the whole thing. While checking around if there's any enemy fighters in the area. It's an enemy plane at the train station. Drop both at once. Speed is 500. Speed is 600. Let's get ready to turn in. Avoid the tracer. He's firing at me now. Got him. Hopefully the delay I put on it was sufficient to escape. There he goes. That's an explosion, alright. It's not massive though. Looks pretty small. Looks like the explosion from a 250 only. I was expecting that to be a massive explosion. Have I got the 1000 left? Nope. Alright, I guess that was it. Looking at it now, you wouldn't know that it had been hit. Judging by that, that would need another 4 loads, just like what I did there. Check from the gunner seat, yeah, it's an idea. Up to, now I've got the altimeter back up to 2,000 meters. Do I have 2 altimeters? One here and one here? That's what it looks like. I wonder why. So the next question is what now? I can go and I can repeat the same process, or I can head up to the train station where there was some enemies. I might do that. I might head up to the train station just briefly. I'm here now. I might head up to the train station here and defend that for a bit. This is, after all, a fighter plane. Probably want to stay slightly on my side of the lines in case I do get jumped and I go down. I don't want to crash out in enemy territory. So there's that river, there's a lake there, I'm running parallel to the river, there is the lake down there somewhere, another river ahead, a bit of a mountain range and some farmland, and an outcrop in the farmland, heading due north. So there's the river, there's the lake. That's probably the outcrop there. I'm on track. Should have a town on this side. Yeah, there's one there. No, that's the town that I'm after. Easy, too easy. Now, where's the train specifically? Specifically, where is the train? It's at the end here. Alright, that's where the train is. Interestingly, I'm coming at it from the east. There was an enemy there somewhere. Let's just sort of keep climbing. Speed is your friend. Can I see an enemy from here? Probably not, too far away. And there's a lot of cloud covering half of the ground, so it's going to be even harder. Works both ways though. So there's the train station. Where's the enemies? I see some flak. Why do I see flak? That is really disconcerting. You know what that means? It means I'm being tailed. It means I'm being tailed. If there's flak here, it means I'm being tailed. Well, it means that there's an enemy in the vicinity. Was it flak, or was it just like weird shadows in this kind of... it's the shadows. It's the shadows. False alarm. It's the map just started. I joined with maybe 20 minutes gone. Where's the clock? Shouldn't be focusing on the clock in the combat zone, but bloody hell, where's the clock? There we go. 6:10. It started, I think, at 5:30 p.m. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 7:30. Finishes at 7:30. Something like that. It finishes basically as it's getting dark. Sunset. So this is the beginnings of sunset that you're witnessing here, is what I'm trying to say. Distance to the radio homing beacon. Oh, really? Wow, that's amazing. It must be the top one. So, assuming I have one, it's showing that it's 3,500 meters to the homing beacon, if I'm reading that correctly. To the nearest homing beacon, no doubt, which would probably be right there, which seems to be 3,500 meters away. Yep, that makes sense to me. Awesome. So, we got a train down here somewhere. A choo-choo. Compass in the gunner seat. I think I've seen it. Is there a significance to it? Like, is it something special, or is it just a straight compass? Took off with not that much fuel, so can't fly forever. Enemy tank convoy was attacked at 428, that's in the north. So the gunner has quite a bit of stuff here. There's a compass, and it's got a needle on it. So I assume the needle points towards something. Literally flying from the gunner's seat right here. Needle to fly to the beacon. Cool. I thought it'd be something like that. That's awesome. Yeah, and I'm assuming I don't know. I'll give it a shot one day. Lucky I brought a bomber because the fighter component is completely a non-event at this time. Very hot where I am today, 40 degrees. 40 degrees Celsius, centigrade. 40 degrees C. Very, very hot. Too hot. Well, I'm going to run out of fuel. I'm going to head back to where I started from and get my points. This is TAW after all. So I believe landing back at your home base is significant. No action here at this train. Worth a try. Here I'm going to head 225. I'd much prefer 2 degrees or 7 degrees than 40. It's actually more than 40, to be honest. It's more like 42. Doesn't matter to me though. I'm inside with an air conditioner. It's all good. But my garden is in terrible shape. I have to figure out some kind of a watering system. I've got plenty of water in water tanks. I just need to figure out a watering system so I can avoid my plants from dying. These 40-degree days, they really struggle. Less than 10 minutes of fuel. Lucky I'm up high. So there's the coast. Yeah, you need to be set up for it. You need to have air conditioning, or you need to have windows that can be opened but still have some mesh on them to prevent flies, insects, etc. from getting in. If you've got that sort of arrangement, then it can be reasonably, even almost pleasant sometimes if there's a breeze. Before I land, I want to test out how much ammo this thing has. I think we're talking some ridiculous amount of MG ammo facing forward, like 4,000 rounds or something. All the action's in the north. That's a pretty significant landmark there. Got to fly to this bay, basically west from here. I didn't bring any additional cannon or anything. It's just whatever the default loadout is for the aircraft. So that bay, that's where my airfield is. Should be able to get there without running out of fuel. I can just about glide there from here as well. G'day Skids, welcome. So let's test out the guns and the cannon. You can hear the difference. This is cannon, this is gun. So let's test out the cannon first. And some MG. I got them on separate buttons, completely separate. That's at a 500 meter range. Wow, that just goes on and on. That's unbelievable. Now it's down to a few. And that's it. That's amazing. That's the cannon ammo. That is truly amazing. Now let's test out the MG. This will go forever. Man, that is amazing, and I'm not even finished yet. The guns will be getting quite hot. So yeah, this is the MG. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. It's probably like, what, 20 seconds worth there? In reality, you'd want to do it in bursts, not to overheat the barrels. That's it. Let's check out what the rear gunner looks like. It's getting dark out here. Does he have any ammo drums? Not sure. I've seen the ammo drums back here. I'm guessing that it might be for when you've got the cannons, the big cannons like the BK and the the BK 10 BK MK. It's the 103 and the 101. I'll have to remember if I carry those to get the gunner to reload, which is left out and R for Romeo. Okay, let's land. I've got way less than 10 minutes of fuel. Which runway is it? There's that one, but that's not it. And there's that one. What the dive speed of this is at the maximum. So there's my runway. You can see someone taking off, 2 people taking off. I'll put my lights on. They probably saw the firing in the sky, and initially it would have freaked them out. I think they'd be able to quickly guess that someone was just testing out the ammo. But yeah, speed's very high. I'm going to come in and land from the other direction, so I'm at the start of my downwind leg. I'm going to keep it pretty high in case I run out of fuel and I'll need to glide back. Just stay under the cloud base though. I'm just going to bleed off that speed now. 450 k's an hour. Looking good. We're mid downwind. Still very high, but that's okay. Don't want to run out of. I'm probably going to run out of fuel before I land, so that being high is okay. Lights are on. Pretty much ready to almost go ahead and lower the gear and deploy the flaps. So the gear is green, means it's down. The flaps are 100%. How does this plane like to land? Don't know. It's really hard seeing that speedometer down there, that airspeed indicator. Coming in high. I'm going to sort of maneuver a bit. There's one plane there. I'm going to land well to the one side of him. Okay, now it's all pretty nice, pretty stable. How's that for a picture? The speed's about 250. Picture's looking slightly high, but that's okay. Power's at idle. Where does the damn runway begin? Okay, I see it. Don't hit the flak. And there's some hangers up there. Don't hit those. I might apply some power soon for the round out. Or maybe not. It's a short runway. Bring it in extra fast and round it out without power. There we go. Just hold off. There's the runway now. It's pretty easy, I think. Looks... What am I even worried about? This plane's a dream to land. Fuel, and who's saying that? That's me saying that. If I run up the engines now, they won't work. A sweet plane. Even today in 2020, if you had a brand new Bf110 without the guns, without the armor, you'd be able to fly pretty much right across a continent like Australia in one go, fairly comfortably, or you'd be able to fly almost across the United States in one go. You might want to stop in the middle and have something to eat, or maybe not. You could carry everything. You could carry a small fridge in a plane like this. Big enough that it can carry some extra equipment like radio navigation aids and things like that. Time for a sip of coffee. Vehicle, 7 weapons, 75 points for landing. That's a lot of points, actually. That's good. That is a lot of points. May as well do the same thing again. I think these guys that just took off, I think they're going to hit the same place. That's what I would assume. So I'll just rinse and repeat. I believe there's enough time left on the map. That's enough fuel to do something useful. I think I'll just stick with that. Maybe I'll just increase it a tiny bit. Up to 35%, 220 litres per engine. So I'm carrying a 1000 kilogram and a 250. 2-second delay. Guns are set to 500 metres convergence. I'm going to install my own photos in all my planes, but until then. So look at that. That's actually not bad for the centre of gravity because they're both on the longitudinal axis of the aircraft running up the centre line. So you've got a 1000 and a 250 just sort of shoulder to shoulder. I've chosen a kind of a dark colour scheme because it matches the Kuban foliage. Lighter from underneath but darker from the top, so it's fairly dark actually. I'm really digging the Christmas tree there and the decorations. That's really good. So what do we got at the business end? We got 4 MG17s at the top, and at the bottom it looks to be 2 cannons. I reckon I see 2 cannons there. Any others? So it must be 2 MG150-120s. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we've got 2 MG150-120s firing 20mm slugs. 750 of them. So you only get 2 cannons, but you've got 750 rounds. That's crazy. And 4,000 rounds of MG, so 1,000 rounds each per gun, and there's 4 MGs. That's crazy. So if you get into a dogfight and if anything gets in front of you, it's pretty much finished. It's like a hose. You can spray bullets and cannon shells like a hose. Probably right. Yeah, that's right. If I took a Ju-88, I'd be able to clear out that target. I won't reverse now since I'm on the field, but that is what I'll do next time. I'll finish this flight quickly, and the next one I'll go JU88. Quick check of the time. Started at 5:30, I think. Is that correct? It's now looking to be 6:30, so I've got an hour left. Mistel, yeah, the Mistel. HE111 carrying the Doodlebug. I wonder what is the heaviest load of any aircraft on this map right now. Maybe it's the HE111, maybe it's the JU88. It also depends not just on the plane's capabilities, but what features are locked and what are unlocked. The Stuka can carry an 1800 kilo, but it's locked. So where will I take off? Straight ahead, I think. Just got to watch out for that AAA position there. Bit of flap. Wait for that to come up. I did 15% flap last time, and it seemed to work pretty well. Honestly thought the explosion would be a lot bigger. I'll have a look at it probably from the gunner's position this time. It should be massive. That time it just looked like I was getting the graphic for the 250 but not the 1000. Alright, so I got both engines. Turn around out to sea, of course, because I've got a mountain range on my starboard side. Don't want to really be climbing in the vicinity of that. You don't want to be climbing over the sea either, but it's better than a mountain range. Plane has an automatic prop pitch, so just got to use the throttle and that's it. Pretty easy. I'm thinking a JU88 with about 35% fuel and the biggest load that it can carry. Alright, I'm in continuous. Turn the lights off. That status message is quite useful to retract the flaps, otherwise I may well have forgotten. The the nature in this is done so well. Picturesque, so very well. Done so very well. I'm going to put it in combat mode for a bit and do a cruise climb. I'm going roughly 80 degrees to get there. I believe I should keep hitting the same spot until it's gone, rather than focusing on the other two. There's three strong points up there, but I'll just go for the same one again. Get up to the cloud base and then just cruise to the target. So remember, at least 3 aircraft took off ahead of me. I bet you they're heading to the same spot. I may well see them on the way back. Yeah, I tried out the F-14 today. That was pretty cool. The F-14, FYI, is free for the next, I don't know, 12 hours or something, so you can try it out for free. Yeah, for a while there, I was trying to do, there were problems. I was trying to do F-86 Sabre versus MiG-15 or anything from that period, MiG-21, MiG-23, whatever they've got basically in PvP, and there's a combination of the tyranny of distance. I'm quite far away from everywhere else, so not all of the servers allow me to be because of the ping. There's continuous mode. Some of them that there's no problem with the ping limit, but they're locked, and others there's no problem with the ping limit, they're not locked, but they're not at their populated time. Some of them, they're not locked, there's no ping limit problem, they're populated, but they're not PvP, they're PvE, which means it's everyone. There might be 20 players on there, but it's 20 players versus AI aircraft only. And so you've got these compounding factors, and then add to all of those things that I've just mentioned, none of them are just purely Cold War with all of those other boxes ticked. So I could get to fly the F-86 on a server that was PvE, so I was fighting against AI aircraft, and they weren't Cold War aircraft. So I was like fighting against F-15s and stuff. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'll try and do some more stuff, particularly if and when the opportunities arise. Got to be kind of opportunistic. When all of the stars align and a server is available and it's populated and it allows you to fly an F-86 because it's on the list and all of this kind of stuff, or World War II planes, as the case may be. The 1 or 2 times that I tried World War II was pretty okay. I think the most exciting thing I saw there was an asset pack had a Schnellboot. Had a fast boat, like the torpedo boat that would go in the English Channel. And the screenshots that I saw of it looked pretty amazing. It had like armoured, you don't call it a cockpit, I guess, the bridge. The bridge was armoured, like, you know how they say batten down the hatches? Well, the bridge was completely battened down with armoured kind of window covers. It looked like a pretty hardcore boat, the Schnellboot. So there you go. Yeah, and the Mozzie's coming to Isle 2 as well, yeah. We're low, 1,250 meters. All of the targets are still there. I saw before I can't see now because I'm lower than I was before. I'm looking for a river on my port wing. There it is there. Hidden by that mountain range. Mid-defense was attacked at 1430. Is that where I'm headed? Yeah, it is. So those guys that took off have just hit 1430. I wonder if they've destroyed it. Enemy defense at 1330 was attacked. This would be interesting. Torpedo boat, yeah. Very fast, like something like 80, 90, 100 kilometers an hour or something. Well, the icons are still there. To be careful of those guys, they'll be coming back. There is the target area off in the distance. It's getting darker and darker. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, like a not a huge boat, but not a small boat either. And I think they had two huge engines, like a total of maybe 4,000 horsepower or something. I don't know how accurate they'd be firing their torpedoes in rough seas. I guess that's sort of not my area of expertise. They've probably got really good sighting systems and everything for their torpedoes. Must be hard to hit something with a torpedo. I wonder what the maximum effective range of a torpedo is. Can you hit something that's 10 kilometers away? Or do they have to be within 500 meters or something? I don't know. Because those boats, obviously unlike a submarine, the boats can't dive or they can't be below the surface. So as soon as they get within gunnery range of a boat, the boat's going to see them and start shooting at them. Hence their speed, I guess. The speed is really helpful to them. I guess they just speed right at the boat, launch their torpedoes, maybe take a few shots and then speed out of there. Something like that. I get the feeling that they were a successful aspect of naval operations for the Kriegsmarine. Yeah, I don't know. You'd think of most boats as being sitting ducks, but I get the feeling, I haven't really researched it, I get the feeling that those Schnell boots were actually pretty successful. Speed is their defense, yeah. Imagine like a pursuing short Sunderland or something would have a hard time handling a Schnell boot, given that a Schnell boot has AAA and it's incredibly fast and it's maneuverable, it can change direction. You could drop some depth charges and it would just turn 90 degrees and go in different direction. So it's getting real dark. I'm going to increase the power. Position still looks really intact, surprisingly. I hit it with my cannon afterwards as well. The thing as well is that those guys would have, the techno chat would have told the enemy that those guys had hit the target. The enemy will then fly to the target to try and intercept them, and come across me coming in a few minutes after them, so I have to be careful, extra careful now of fighters, because fighters are alerted that this has been attacked. Very high, 1600 meters. I've got to be higher, got to be at 2000. Still far away enough that I can do this. Meters to go. Any fighters in the vicinity? Can't see any. Probably wouldn't see any though. Only 6 enemies, so that bodes well. Alright, I'm at 2000. Now I'm just going to go level for a bit to pick up my speed. Totally can't see the target. This could be a problem. There it is. Alright, where to hit it, where to hit it. It's still got plenty of stuff left. I'll have to hit it on the southern side. I wonder how much flak it's got left. If it doesn't actually have any flak left, I can pick it off with the guns. That was the 1000. I've still got the 250 left. That's more like it. I wonder if that finished off the whole damn target. Do you see that? That's what I was aiming for last time. There's no flak at all. That bodes well. But watch out, of course, for enemy fighters. Let's refer to the map as well. Is the target still on there? Yeah, it is. Got to hit it again. Assuming I didn't drop both, I think I just dropped one. It looks like I missed. No, maybe I didn't miss, but whatever I hit's been obliterated. What should I go for now? The left side or the right side? I think the right side. If I miss the right side, there's still some beyond it as well. I don't think there's any flak down there, so there could be, but seems inactive. Your flak, yeah, there is flak down there and it's shooting at me. So the flak wasn't inactive, deceptively dormant, like a volcano. There's some flak hitting the ground there. Gonna have to cut the power soon. Let's check out the icon on the map. Still there, still there. Well, I've got a lot of cannon. I can go right in there. It's better to do that. The sun's about to go down. I might as well. Just got to watch out, of course, for the flak, but yeah. I'm looking for that flak gun that was shooting at me. I can see a flak gun, but that's not the one. I see one there that's shooting. Alright, let's go for that one. Was that the one though? I don't know. Let's get it. Yeah, it seems to be populated. Yeah, it is. Damn it. Got it. Easy peasy. I wonder if that was the only remaining flak gun. What does this thing look like once it's destroyed? Does it still appear? Well, it's still there. Back to continuous. I honestly think I've probably wiped out all of the existing flak on that position. Since the sun is going down, it's nearly 7 o'clock. I think the sun will be down by 10 past 7, and the map finishes at 7:30 to give us an idea there. Kind of fly a beam very slow to save the engine. Do I see any firing? Do I see any populated flak positions? It's pretty challenging to see anything. There's probably one just there. There's a truck. There's a truck. Alright, let's try and get that. No enemy fighters to be seen. Do a bit of a stall turn here. So the goal now is to use pretty much all of my ammo on this position and then just get out of here. Going for that truck this time. Alright, I think I have it. Did not work. Whatever it was, it didn't work. Surely that got it. There's a Zis truck sitting there. Yeah, I think I got it that time. There's a Zis truck in like an aircraft horseshoe-shaped bunker. It's got a dirt cloud coming out of it. I think I got it. So that's that. The icon is still there. No fighters to be seen. Alright, so the sun is definitely becoming a challenge. I feel I have to pick off individual targets. There's a control tower there somewhere. It's getting harder and harder to see anything. There is a control tower there. Or a guard tower. What else have we got? Well, the control tower is unmoved. It don't give no... As much armament as I've got here, I don't seem to be making too much of an impact here. Individually it counts to my score, of course. But in terms of destroying this facility, this outpost, I might just spray it and then just go. Gonna run out of fuel. Surely that was a bit more successful. I think there was some crates or something there. Man, it's getting too dark. I'm going to have to do one more pass and then go home. I'm going to run out of fuel. Really don't like trying to operate when it's getting dark and running out of fuel. I won't have enough time in the descent to use up all my ammo, but I can try. One more pass, eh? I don't know. Can you kill bunkers with this? Hey, I got something on fire there. That status message happened when I set that on fire. Did I just hear a bullet hit my fuselage? No. Back we go. That's all the MG gone. I'm out of here. If I get jumped now, I've got no MG left and just a bit of cannon left. How does the icon look? It's still there. Alright, what are we going? 260, I think. Spotlight, that's an interesting idea. That's a good thinking there. Fly a bit higher than the cloud so that I can actually get access to the sunlight a bit more. That finishes in 30 minutes. Almost back up at 2,000 meters. Moving along pretty fast like this with combat power. At this rate, if I kept it like this, and if we didn't run out of fuel, we'd really be there really pretty quickly. but I have to reduce power now. What's the speed? We're up to well over 450. And the damn icon is still there. It was as though it did nothing, but of course, let's check the score. Pretty awesome cockpit layout, very clean. What does the gunner's position look like with the lights on? Yes, he's got all his stuff here. Those are all the fuses, the ampere voltmeter, fuses, guns, vacuum cleaner. No, I'm kidding. That's the ejection tunnel or whatever, piping for the casings. Here's your navigation, your radios. You can see the white P points the way to one of the radio beacons, pointing northwest. Most off the starboard wing. Out there somewhere. If I look on the map, I wonder if we've got an airfield there. It probably means I'm here and it's pointing at this one here. That's what I'm assuming from that, because that'd be the closest airfield. As I get along here further, it should point straight ahead to this one. That's what I'm surmising. We'll see. I increased the fuel by about 5%. I did loiter over the target for quite a while. Mostly at continuous mode though. Again, it's going to be touch and go with the fuel. Oh, after all that excitement, I could almost do with a snooze. The coast over there. I should take this opportunity, and I should more frequently, to request you guys to smash the like button, because it really helps, apparently, with the algorithm, and I need all the algorithmic help I can get these days. And one way to do that is to click the like button. And I really haven't said that very much in the past, but it's got to become a mantra of mine, I think, as obnoxious as that is. So that's the bay right there, where there's actually two runways. My one is closest on the eastern side. For some reason, I'm taking off from the less well-established runway, the green oval airfield, when there's a dual runway, paved runway on the other side of the bay. You can see the radio navigation P white instrument marker is pointing almost to the aircraft's nose, just off to the right a bit. So it's now changed where it's pointing. It's now pointing there, which is where the bay is that I'm going to land. So this is the first instance where I've used the navigation system and come to appreciate and understand how it works. Very simple, but I just never bothered to really bother with it until I started playing multiplayer. And it does become extremely useful, I think, for multiplayer, because you don't have an aircraft icon, so you need all the navigation assistance you can get. and the radio navigation's pretty good. And we got something here, so we got the altimeter, and above it we got something that looks like an altimeter that shows just over 2,000 meters. Sorry, just over 2 kilometers. And as I get closer and closer, I wonder what that's going to say. It should go to 0 potentially. So there's the airfield. I'm not going to cut the power just yet because I could run out of fuel. Remember the last time I landed, I literally went out of fuel just after I'd finished the landing run. In a minute I'll turn on the lights. Be interesting to see what the result is. This is basically landing in the dark. I wonder if that's a radio altimeter or something. No, surely not. The only way to tell is to fly directly over the airfield and see if it goes to 0 and then increases its distance again. Alright, I'm going to put the lights on. Wunderbar. Enemy plane 1227. Oh, that's over by the train. 928. That's miles away from here. Now, where was I? Here we go. I'm going to fly directly overhead. Thanks, Will. Appreciate you. Any friendlies down there? I think I'm the only one. I think they landed a few minutes before me. And we still got around 1,000 meters there. 1,200 on both. Right, I'm going to go onto the circuit pattern now. Reduce my speed. I want to get down a little bit faster than before because it's getting so dark. There's no lights down there. There's no runway flame markers or anything. Let's get that speed down. Yeah, I don't know, who knows, right? Who knows? A while back there was a thing about making 10-minute videos, like if you make a 10-minute video it goes better and stuff, but I don't know. I think it worked for a while. So 100%, the gear looks to be green, I think. There's a plane down there. Doesn't seem to have its lights on. Yes, it does. I was going to say, if it's an enemy, I've pretty much run out of cannon. Alright, awesome. Let's check the result. Alright, what do we got? 5 vehicles, 3 heavy weapons, 1 building, 60 points, 2.5 for the landing, 60 points. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 5 vehicles. One of them was a truck for sure. Transport, 3 heavy weapons, cannon, AAA rocket launcher, like a Katusha or something. 1 building, a facility. That would have been a bunker or something. Alright, cool. This map has maybe 20 minutes left to run. It's not worth my while going out in the next 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's dark. I could go in a fighter plane, but that'd be pretty crazy. They're pretty much daytime aircraft only. And that damn thing, it still hasn't been destroyed. So I did basically, how many runs did I do? 2, I think. The next one I do like that, as soon as I've pathfinded my way there and found out where the target is in something fast, like a 110, I'll go back in JU-88s. I could just go into JU-88, it's probably the better way to go actually. Yeah. See, if I just went as a fighter, I wouldn't have gotten any action, but that was quite meaningful, even though I didn't come across enemy aircraft. What I'm going to do now is end this particular stream, and I'll start a new one probably in about half an hour's time. I don't know, I'll just look at what is going on with the servers, see which one looks the most promising, and go from there. Hope you guys can join me for that one. Thanks you guys for joining me on this one. It's been pretty awesome. And usual stuff, like, share, subscribe. Check out froggyfrog9000.com. Support on Patreon or on YouTube. You can join the channel, become a member, and smash the like button. And hopefully see you in about half an hour's time. Thanks guys, and bye for now.